video of my Civic, kind of give you guys a walk around of all the mods I have, and what all I've done, what my expectations and plans are for the car. So let me show you. So first and foremost, what I have done to the car is going to be my tint. On the front windshield, I had 50 at first, and then I had a buddy of mine do tints with those. He put 35 on top. So I think when we do the math, it comes out to like 17 or 18, somewhere around there. But I really do like the way it looks, especially in photos with the polarizer. It makes it look really good. Let's see if you can see it from here. That's going to be the window tint. And then on the sides and the back I have 15%, but that's the front. There's 15%. And the back, 15% as well. The road's at a slant a little bit. Next thing I did was D2 coilovers. I'm on BCs currently, but I had D2 coilovers, put those on. They lasted for, I'd say about 50,000 miles when I had them. So I had those on for about 50,000 miles, and my front driver's side blew. It was leaking oil. So I went ahead and ordered BCs, and those have been great. I got the BC Extreme Lows. The BC Extreme Lows, they do go a little bit lower than the BRs. I believe the term is taper, the lower coilover mount that goes into the knuckle. It has a taper on the BRs, but on the extreme lows it doesn't, so it allows the shock to screw down a little bit lower. I'll go ahead and show you guys the BCs I have. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Barely long enough. So there's the BCs I have. Nothing different between the BRs and the extreme low top hats. They're exactly the same. Next I have a Moto strut bar, or strut tower bar. I bought this in the 10th gen group for $40. And I can say it's pretty dirty, but other than being dirty, it is a noticeable performance difference. I don't even know if you can see the logo, it's so filthy. That's one of my cheaper mods that really has, you know, you can tell the difference when driving. These are from Civic. So I got these carbon fiber mirror caps. These are the actual replacements, not just stick-ons. So you do have to take off the whole mirror. And then once you have the whole mirror taken off, there's a clip. I think it's on this side, and there's some here. And it just pops off completely, and you just replace it. I think with the silver it does give it a more sporty look. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I got these window visors. These are the EOS visors. Yeah, EOS visors. I think you can see the logo right here. Let's see if you can or not. There you go. But I like them. They're a very sleek look. They've held up. I think they were $50 or $60 on eBay, and they've held up very well. Let's see, after I did my visors, I did the Genesis Brembo upgrade. And then the rotors, I'm using the 320mm Nissan Rogue rotors. Let's see. On the other side, there's no shadow. The Nissan Rogue 320mm rotors, and they've done the job. I mean, I've driven 9-hour road trips straight on this. No issues with brake fade, no issues with braking at all. The only thing that I've heard, I haven't actually taken the pad off and looked myself, but there are reports, if I can get it to show. I don't know, you probably can't see anything, but there are reports of pad overhang. So people say to switch to the Nissan Sentra SER Spec V rotor. So I plan to do that next. I'm going to get those rotors, replace them, and then I'm gonna make a video on them. I have some Genesis pads in the garage, and right now I'm using Civic Type R pads in the calipers. I'm going to compare the Genesis, the Genesis Brembo pad compared to the Civic Type R pad for the Brembo. I have a digital caliper, so I'm going to measure them length and height and width, and then see if that's what causes pad overhang. I get questions about my lip quite often. It's just an eBay lip, $75 eBay lip, the GR style. I really like the look of the Cybon front lip. I just don't like the price tag of $600 plus, $700 plus dollars. But it was $75. Held up pretty well. I've had it on for probably a year. I guess going on a year, maybe a little bit longer. Held up, no issues. I've actually hit roadkill and the lip still held up. It is a 3-piece lip. I don't know if you can see the lines in it, but it is a 3-piece lip. It's held up just fine for me. I've got the PRL Cobra cold air intake. And I will say the noise it makes when you're giving it throttle, it's great. I do plan to do K-Tuner V2 next, or just K-Tuner. I'm still doing more reading on it, speaking with people, trying to get as much information as I can. This is the street MAF, not the race MAF. Another mod I did was the Cruise Aero Flap, or the Cruise Duckbill. I think this really changes the look of the hatchback a lot. It's probably the only duckbill I really like. I'd love to get an actual wing, but those wing prices are insanely expensive. It was a really good look. It's got the Cruise badge. I apologize my car being filthy. This time of the year it's so freezing cold we don't ever wash our cars. At least I don't. My next mod is I have the Greddy BDR exhaust. I love the bracing it has for it. Hopefully that's in focus for you guys. It is completely ashy, so my apologies. It is not being well taken care of. So it's a design, I would say. I'll get some sound clips for you guys later. This is actually a Type R part number, and I have a 1.5 turbo, and it bolts up just fine. I went ahead and replaced the gaskets on them, but it bolts up no issues at all. For my lighting situation, I have the HRS V1 clear tail lights. These are now discontinued. I have the HRS V2 clears in the garage as well. And then I bought these. These are both a brake light and a blinker. I can give you guys some demos for those. But these were, I think, 30 or 40 on eBay. These were unfortunately 400, but they're now discontinued, so that's in my favor. Here's a rear shot of the Civic. For wheels, I do have some Inky T6S wheels wrapped in a 255/35. And they're a Hankook V12 Evo 2, I believe. I am running a 3mm spacer on them to clear the Brembo. Not sure if it'll focus. There it is. So I am running a 3mm spacer to clear the Brembo. Clearance is tight, I will say. When it comes to getting wheels that clear the Brembos, you need to do as much research as you can. For me, I buy and sell wheels, so I'm always going through wheels. I get to do my homework and experimenting there. And that's how they look. I'm a big fan of the red on silver with the bronze wheels. I have thought about changing it up to do yellow calipers. I have seen it online, I just don't want to be a copycat. The rear fitment is very tight. Let's see. See how close I can show you guys. Hopefully that picks up on camera. Let's see. So that's the fitment in the rear. I can't even put a finger in there. And then the fitment for the front, because I have the camber plates maxed out, I do have plenty of space. Let's see. So I could bump it up to a 265/35 and I would rub. That's the camber plate. So it is maxed out. That's the engine bay. That's the front lip. And mine's a sport touring, so I do have the touring headlights, or now the SI headlights for the facelift models. I did get these clear side markers off eBay. I think they were $15. I don't know, the orange just didn't sit right with me, so I opted in for the clear ones. And let's see. Got the brakes, the wheels, it is getting a little dark. Got the carbon fiber mirror caps, if you can even see them. Got the front tent.